Hey guys, return back. Return back. I know Twitch just dead. Twitch just dead. It's just not working at all. Seems like YouTube is working. This is really good for us. YouTube is working. Planning to grab the camera. Planning to grab my phone and see if Twitch working. You know, as it's really weird for me that it just stopped working. I know if it's for everybody or like only for me. Alright guys, let's see. Let's see what happened. Just going to post message in the chat that Hey, I returned back. Thank you so much. What just going on? Like, you know, Discord not working for me? Twitch not working for me? What the hell is that? Is it me or like that just for everybody? Can you tell me what's going on? Is it like for everybody or for me only? Yeah, YouTube restarted, but you know, I just can get Twitch. Guys, I can get Twitch, absolutely. This is really weird. Got no idea why this happened. I think Twitch just returned back. Okay. Okay, guys. Twitch just returned back. But I think that I have to stream with a stream key because just stop to work. You know, like. This is the weirdest thing which happened so far, you know? I'm shocked. Hey, just return back, I'm here. Hey guys, are you here? Are you here? Are you around? Hey, you here? You still here? Guys, I'm so happy to see everybody. Oh my god. You know what happened? Exactly. I've got no idea because wait a moment. I'm still in shock, really. Hey, you here? Are you around? Guys, just type something in the chat because I'm getting nervous. So, what exactly happened? I had little disconnect from my side. But then when I tried to restart the stream, it just, you know, like Discord not working, speed test site not working, Twitch site not working. Like, I got no idea what happened. Trevor, hello. Got absolutely no idea, guys. What happened? That's really sad. Seems like, you know, Twitch went down or something because YouTube been working for me fine. So I just restart stream on YouTube and then here because it just completely stopped to work for me. Like Twitch just died. I've got no idea if that happened for everybody or only for me. Design thank you so much. Guys, I'm just going to return back your points because I didn't finish the race and I didn't crash. I just stopped the car and quit because I had no idea what's going on, really. No. You know what, Design what happened? So I had little, like, you know, my quality dropped down a little bit in iRacing. I noticed that my OBS, like, stream stopped. I'm like, what's going on? Then just my OBS couldn't connect to the Twitch server for all that minutes which I've been offline. So whole that time I couldn't connect to the Twitch server. And like speed test side didn't work for me, Discord didn't work for me. I somehow managed to restart stream on YouTube and YouTube works fine. But yeah, you know, it's crazy. I've got no idea why this happened. Oh, this is just really stressful stream. Send some help to me. Alright, I just want to check how much time we got. No, that's 100% not the issues with internet. I think that something went wrong with like connection to the Twitch server. I know maybe just that happened on my side somehow, but I know. I also been having internet issues lately. Apparently one of the undersea cables got damaged. I don't know. You know, got no idea why this happened. Well, guys, this is crazy. Like, I just got nothing to say, really. I got nothing to say about that because I got no clue what exactly happened. Seems like that happened only on my side. All right. Yes. So Trevor, I had race at Nords with G3. Had the quality just dropped down a little bit in our racing. Spotter said to me that hey, you'll have if your issues go on to continue, you'll get like connection flag for that. I didn't get the connection flag, so connection just returned back actually. And then I realized that OBS, not connected to Twitch, like stream not going. I stopped the car, started to solve this issue. And and yes, this is what happened. So just couldn't start stream for a long time. So Twitch, OBS said to me that it can connect to the Twitch server for some reasons. My Discord didn't work. My speed test side didn't work. Like everything stopped to work for me. That's really weird. So maybe I'm going to have a look on news. Maybe it's some kind of big issue happen, like on this side of the world where I'm living. But yeah, hopefully it's going to be okay now. Alright guys, I'm here. This is crazy. First time happened to me. Something like this. I never had issues to connect to the Twitch server. Only when we get, Twitch just being Twitch. This is not really good.
Two handfuls, 10 positions on your power rankings there.
Listen, man, the math never lies. And
guys, I think I have to tell this to Vlad, and then we'll be here. You can listen to a broadcast right now because I'm still really shocked. I want to figure out what happened. So just want to tell Vlad about this. I'll be right back really fast, okay?
And I think he's been showing the speed to be able to get that win.
Well, we love to have you here and giving us all the info. We're gonna have to see how it plays out and maybe how your power rankings change a little later. But thank you so much, Justin. It's always a pleasure. All right, Ryan, we are going to Kansas. What can the drivers expect?
Oh yeah, we're heading to Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. One of my favorite tracks, personally the best track on the circuit. This place is 1.5 miles long. Banking in the corners. It's progressive banking, 17 degrees at the bottom, all the way to 20 at the top. Front and back stretch, that banking is about 5 to 11 degrees. This place opened in 2001, and our 2022 winner, remember we haven't raced since then, but our 2022 winner was Garrett Lowe.
Well, we haven't been there since 2022, but we have some trends on what we've seen at this track before. 4 of the 6 Kansas winners have won again in that same season, but in the 2 most recent races, the winner did not win again. So again, with these trends, what does history tell us? Do you want to win or not? I mean, everybody wants that win, but does that mean you're done for the year? Well, we shall see. 50% of Kansas race winners led the most laps. This is odd because it alternates every race. So, going by the trend, tonight's winner should lead the most laps. We'll see if that holds up tonight once the green flag is out there. Only one driver has won at Kansas from the pole. We've talked a lot about him tonight. Out of boss, Nick Ottinger in 2020. The average winning starting position, this is interesting, 11th. Not necessarily a necessity to have a great qualifying run, but of course it helps. But we'll see what happens tonight. Nick Ottinger, the only multi-time Kansas winner. He won way back in 2013, and then of course in 2020 of his championship year. If there's any driver that needs a win just to rebound, just a good run, it is Nick Ottinger tonight for William Byron Esports. 2 of the 5 race winners at Kansas have made it all the way to the championship 4, and both of those drivers went on to win the championship that season. Nick Ottinger obviously being one of them. So, you win Kansas, you make the championship 4, you win the championship. It sounds easy, right? Maybe.
Easy.
Maybe.
Easier said than done. Well, all right, let's get to see. Thanks for those trends, Alan. Let's see how our points are trending in the upward direction, hopefully.
Great.
I mean, Alan, you're still in the lead, so congrats. What's wrong, Ryan? Are you a little sad over there?
Look, he's just boasting, but look, I've been hot on
I got
this
the
channel
aura,
for a while.
I got the Riz.
Hey.
Oh, man, I hope I never have to hear you say that again.
Yeah,
I'm on
is that
your heels.
banned from? Let's ban that word from Alan's vocabulary on this show. All right, Ryan. As we get into Kansas, let's hear your pick for who you think is going to take it home.
Well, we highlighted him earlier in tonight's broadcast. I'm going with my boy Casey Kerwin, the 2022 champion. He has been hungry for a win all season long. He's been strong all season, and he's going to have a little bit of extra motivation. Like I said, running for the Kansas City Pioneers, he's going to be really determined to get it done here tonight.
Yeah, love the former champ, but I'd be foolish to pick Ryan against the guy who's the hottest driver right now. Tucker Minter wins when he short pits. He wins when he long pits. He's been on a tear the last 2 weeks, 1.5 miles, ovals. He wins again tonight, Camille.
All right, well, I'm going with someone I'm thinking that they may take some of Graham Boland's Riz and just come back with, striking power. I'm talking about Wilson. I'm hoping that Steven Wilson actually comes back and makes his way up in Justin's power rankings. Yeah, I gotta call his mom. Producer Drew's telling me to call his mom. I'm gonna do it. We gotta make sure he wins. But those are our picks for the race ahead. Let us know what your picks are on social media. And be sure to stick around. What, Ryan? You got news? I know.
I have news. We have a pole setter. Parker White gets the pole by .001.
Oh,
it is a tight field here tonight. It is a tight field here.
Sorry.
Kudos
Okay, I
to
return back.
Drew for getting in my ear on that.
So Vlad said that
Very tight field here tonight. It's going to be an entertaining show.
that's probably my provider,
I feel like the tension
doing
with
some
these
job.
drivers, the air's gonna
I
be
know.
thick.
I'm going to
Got
check
it.
the app.
All right. Well, stick around because
maybe.
we still have the race ahead with Kenneth and Evan. So you're gonna want to stick around, grab a snack, grab
right.
a Coca-Cola, and enjoy the race right after this break.
That was really stressful, guys. Okay. Head break. No worries. Yeah, I forget to unmute the mic. Pro streamer here. Guys, welcome in everybody. We just started stream. Previously we raised the Nordschleife and right now having the co-watch party of eNASCAR at Kansas. Please enjoy time here.
Every time you sit behind the wheel,
pro streamer.
you buckle up,
I know, I'm just going to
expect
check the app which I got with my provider,
brace yourself for the
and
chaos,
probably they got,
speed, the weather,
some kind of information here. If not, I'm just going to ask.
strapping in, you put trust in yourself. You
Because
are
like, what's
intuition,
going on?
making your guide to win, your drive to win. He's a winner in this. And nothing is going to stop you from winning.
Let's message support, guys. Sticky, thank you so much. Yeah, return back. Oh, guys, I'm so happy to be back, actually, because I tried to restart stream like 10 minutes or something like this. I was like really angry that it's not working, and I don't know what's going on really, because Discord also didn't work and speed test didn't work. That was crazy.
Welcome to Truck Country, where sweat becomes fuel, bumpers become bruisers, and pedals become pedestals.
Oh, this is not. We're still 2.0 safety rating, but we 3.5k.
Burned into history.
Awesome.
Welcome,
Well, next week,
Craftsman Truck Series.
going to work on week 13 to return back some my rating.
After Steven Wilson won 3 of the first 4, Tucker Minter said bet. Tucker Minter, he'll take his own.
Oh.
Goes back-to-back wins at Nashville.
I'm just going to, Hey, first time I hear that song. Yes, yes, I'm going to ask them that they have to send me thousands of dollars for possible loss of income, yeah.
The road to $500,000 speeds through the heart of America for the segment 2.
500,000. That's crazy, you know, this season. Like 200,000 more.
Good evening, sim racing fans.
Cheers, guys.
And welcome to round 9 of the 2025 eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series.
Pay me $5,000 or else, yeah. Oh, this is crazy.
When I'm in the Kansas City area, but this is also a great time of the season, and we're happy that you're with us. Kenneth Bueno, myself, Evan Pasoko, and KB tonight. A second segment championship on the year's.
Have they got the chat or something? It seems like don't have a chat. Oh my god, I don't like that.
As we reach the midway point of 25.
And this is the pivotal point of the season where drivers can either turn their season around fully, or those that have been doing so well can continue to create that level of difference between themselves and the rest of the playoff field. We see what will happen.
They can go.
$3,000, an extra bonus point award for the segment
so
winner.
far away into the deep forest of the Nordschleife, okay?
Bobby Zelensky, who's held on to the segment lead ever since his win from Talladega. Don't forget, Steven Wilson, one of the best drivers all season long, is gunning for his second career Coke Series title. And with this segment 2 finale, Evan, it closes off a trio of intermediate racetracks to finalize this halfway mark of the regular season. Charlotte was a doozy, our longest race of the year. Nashville is about a little distance compared to this one, which will be a tad bit longer. But Kansas, after its return from a 2-year hiatus, will be the center stage for what will be a very close segment 2 ending.
Let's make a post to Twitter. Okay, all good. All good, guys. Nordschleife didn't go as expected. Taking selfie to post the post in Twitter. Guys, if you're taking a part in fun rewards, so please save this code and use it in the end of the stream of eNASCAR.
And again, if you are not signed up yet, you can do so by scanning the QR code on our screen or going to NASCAR.com/fan rewards for more information on that. But excited for a thrilling race here tonight. Will it be similar to what we saw a week ago?
You don't know how to take a selfie. People taking selfie, you know, from a really long time.
Let's go trackside. Take a look at your Coca-Cola
guys,
grid.
I'm still alive, okay? I'm still alive after Nords. All good. Like, only little emotional damage. I'm going to get through that. We got Kansas, one of my favorite track and ovals, and really like to drive it. Will be tough competition today.
Looking for a third straight race win. Call it about ends. Got RFK Racing in the top 5. His number 6 is on the inside of row 3. Next to the second William Byron Esports car, Nick Ottinger looking to turn it up in 25. Is it a breakout night for the driver of that 25? Zach Novak.
Hey, they did really cool headshots this year. Love it. This guy with mullet is so cool. I love it. Really. I got Shaggy, but I like his haircut. It looks so cool. We're driving in this? No, we only watching and broadcasting this. Guys, every time we have in the eNASCAR, I'm like, I've got no idea how old these guys get into this series, because I can understand how to get into Porsche Cup, but I got no idea how people get in here because lap times are so close. it's really hard to get into this, you know, road to pro. After road to pro, you need to take a part in contender series, and after contender series, you'll get into Coca-Cola iRacing series. Like, this is crazy. The competition is really high, and a lot of people trying to get in. And you know, for me, it looks almost impossible to get into this series, really. So that's why all these guys who race in this championship, huge respect to all these guys who race here, because it just really crazy competition here. Imagine your picture with number. Well, you know, I'm not that good. Not that good.
Behind him, it's the two more
oval racer.
For Jim Beaver Esports in the 5, next to the Hayek number 50 of Quincy DeWarman, that is through P28. And back on row 15, the Tony Kanaan-led Kanaan Esports 11, that's Vicente Salas, and the Kevin Harvick Incorporated 62 of Matt Busa.
Michael Cozy Jr. lines up his
Hey, we need different selfie. Wait.
inside of row 16 in his first Kansas start, by the way. With
looks good, yeah. Looks good indeed.
In 32nd place. Kwame Scott, the other end of the Latar Esports camp, lines it up 33rd with RFK Racing's Timothy Holmes.
But you know, I'm pretty sure I had something of that on some of the broadcasts, because we've been taking part in Formula 4, American Championship, and you know, also VCO Infinity event, VCO Pro Team event.
Final two in our 40-car grid from America's Heartland, the E-Racer 69 of Tyler Gary, and bringing up the shotgun position of the field, the Kanaan Esports number 66, Alexander Russell.
So look top to bottom at your Coca-Cola starting grid. Let's hand things over to the third member of our broadcast team. James Pike has got our pole sitter.
I do, Evan, for Atlassian Williams Simway Racing. It's Parker White. And Parker, no Coke Series here starts at Kansas, but you've got plenty of independent league starts here. Do you feel like that experience will translate, or is this just a whole different ball game with the competition?
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a whole different race, to be honest, because our pack tests, our mark races, everything we've done so far has shown that every single lane is actually going to be usable in this race. So I think that's going to make for a very fun race for you guys to watch. And it's going to be a really fun race for us drivers as well, because usually we don't get many races where we can just run any lane on the track.
You know what's really funny? The previous eNASCAR, I've been in the same t-shirt, and I'm like, oh my god, what to do now?
See how it goes. I think we're going to be packed up together. I think we'll see some guys fall off long run, but it should be a fun one.
A driver's race, I think, is what I can translate out of that kind of the dub. It should be a really entertaining race tonight at Kansas.
Yeah, we've got nothing else to pump it up. I mean, he got us ready right there, laying it all on the line, Kenneth. It's going to be an exciting race tonight. Let's walk everybody through it with a look at our Logitech G race format.
Yeah, we had 100 laps last week in Nashville. It's 100 laps here from Kansas, but the distance is longer. At a 1.5 mile track, we go 150 miles and a little over 241 kilometers. We saw how big of a challenge pit road entry was at Nashville last week. It's going to be the same here at Kansas at a measly 45 miles per hour down pit road. There are 3 tire sets available to the drivers that will help if we get late race cautions, but should we stay green all the way like we did in the Music City just last Tuesday, we're going to be looking at that halfway mark for that one green flag pit stop. Lap 45 to 50 is where we should see most of the drivers come in for tires. However, they can extend it a little over 10 to 12 laps just based on the fuel that they have in the tank.
It was a quick race 1 week ago in Nashville. What is in store here for the midway point of the 2025 season? We're happy that you're with us on the iRacing Sports Network as Parker White takes control of the field. Let's go racing from Kansas. Trouble already. One car spits off and into the grass. So far, we stay green. It's going to be okay as they right it. It was Zelensky who was off and away.
The segment 2 leader, that's not a great way to start this race when you have Steven Wilson and Tucker Minter on your tail trying to charge for the $3,000 and the extra playoff bonus points. We're going to see exactly how that all transpired, but things had stacked up, Evan, on the inside lane as they were getting up through the gears. Jordi Lopez back backed up from, I think, the third row of the inside lane, and it just got everyone out of whack. And there's trouble near the outside wall. Steven Wilson is among those involved, and he takes away, I believe it's Logan Clampett. Never mind, Matt Busa is the second car involved. I saw a green and white Chevrolet. It is indeed the 62 of Matt Busa. First yellow out before lap 2 finds its way around to lap 3.
So Logan Clampett and Matt Busa involved in an accident coming to the end of lap number 1. And unlike a week ago in Nashville, it is chaos on the opening mile and a half of this one. And we will slow things down. And that means we've got a couple of different moments to look at. I heard Malik Ray on the radio. That's not a surprise. He's one of the more vocal drivers, but he was in and around that. So I think there was some sort of a checkup, not only on the start that sent Zelensky to the grass, but then something happened off of 4 that led to both Busa and Clampett going around. That is big news, though, for Bobby Zelensky, your segment points leader, after dropping it back. Kenneth, if there was no caution, that would have been a hard pill for the 22 to swallow. Instead of caution resets it, he's right back in it. Up front, though, Parker White will maintain the lead, still early here at Kansas.
Okay, guys, return back. Just change this t-shirt. Oh my god, I'm just the same in a one t-shirt. Like, I don't have any other t-shirts in my wardrobe. Think this one is really cool from the back. I love it. Okay, I thought that I didn't close the.
But above all, when strapping in, you put trust in yourself.
You have to see that.
Make it your guide to win, your drive to win. He's a winner in this. And nothing is going to stop you from winning.
So yeah, some really cool old school cars from Endurances. They're so cool.
Welcome to more new ways to watch. A 5-race stretch only on Prime.
Okay, maybe.
More bright lights, more Nashville nights, more Motor City speed, more passion unleashed, more history made. More precision display. More moments you can't miss. And for the first time, only on Prime. Welcome to NASCAR.
All right. Yeah, and also this color. Oh my god, this color. I'm absolutely in love with this. Alright guys, I'm ready. They still got this formation lap. Oh, they already got the caution.
Of the 2025 eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series.
I just felt that, oh, okay, I returned back in time. They didn't start the race, and actually we got caution.
But a 3-car incident coming to the end of lap number 1 has us under an early yellow. We'll take a second look at those incidents once this race gets back underway. But because we did not complete a full lap, it is a single file restart, which completely changes the complexion of how this
they didn't complete the first lap? I was completely wrong, you know? I told you that probably Kansas, we're not going to have a lot of crashes, and they created a crash on the first lap. Okay, going green, guys.
Now, single file restarts, Evan, could create more stack-ups if one driver ends up in a hiccup situation, but thankfully everyone is clean. Back to turn 1. Zach Novak is trying to look on the outside of Taylor Hurst, but already fighting inside the top 10. Eddie Kerner, Casey Kerwin among those in the battle for 7th.
Green flag! Let's go!
And we're side by side just on the back end of the top 10.
Yeah, a couple of battles. That tail end of the top 10 sees the number 2. That was Novak way up the hill. You see the familiar 24 colors for Casey Kerwin, the Coca-Cola Chevrolet, up on the outside as well. Looks like Michael Guest, the Vegas Inferno car follows, and so does Eddie Kerner. Kerner now middle of the road.
Wait,
in turns
I'm going to make
1 and 2,
photo with
the
you.
highest running rookie in the field. Sits P8 right now. Can he clear the 21? Not with much room to spare. Had him for a moment now. Guest pushes him back down to the inside and goes right back up top once more. This is a preview of what we're going to be seeing all night long. Cars using
Okay.
plenty of different lanes around this multi-groove racetrack.
And just like a lot of drivers, Evan, were saying before the drop of the green flag,
There must be concept of Edson getting food, drinks, and more food. We all, I'm in love with food also.
It's going to take a little while before that inside line.
Don't say anything against the food,
And
please.
this is a very unique mile and a half, Evan, in which the top side is usually the most dominant. We've seen a lot of drivers through officials and league races go all the way up near the outside wall. For now, it's a bit sparse, especially
Okay.
at the back end of the field, but
Parker White P1, Daniel Falkenham, where is it? Tucker Minter. Tucker Minter lost 2 positions. By the way, Casey Kerwin gained 9 positions, which is great. And Steven Wilson also gained 11 positions. He's currently P11.
The initial start, we caught it right away. Big checkup. Zelensky just
Ooh!
checkup off of 4. That's
Here's another yellow. Yeah? Oh, this is how yellow happened. Yeah, this is replay. That was replay. Oh my god.
both issues in the opening lap of this race.
You see, like, everybody really close to each other, and that's always in that way, and it's really, really tough.
77 Cara Wilson in the middle of this. You'll end up 2 wide as the 2 car wins out up top.
And what stood out there in that first incident was obviously Jordi Lopez struggling to get through the gears. It's been a struggle of a season for the BS Plus competition Chevrolet. And think about Rockingham, how good of a start that was for him until little mistake getting into Dylan all in the middle of turns 1 and 2 sent him basically spiraling down. And then in this moment here, backs up the track position and thankfully resurfaces to 12th, but is still in a place where
Hey, I think, guys, we had a really cool picture together.
the opening yellow of the race. We're going to see a lot of that as drivers go to the inside of the racetrack, Evan, because it's so hard, especially in this track surface, to get as much throttle in as possible without killing the right front tire with a car on your outside. So chances are you're going to see drivers get a little eager on the throttle, trying to think they can push their way through, but then they realize it's a little too late. They have to back out of the gas, and that could really back up a whole lane of cars, and it's going to feel like I-95 back there off of either turn 2 or turn 4 with how things can get really congested. Single
Glad you like it. Okay, guys, we have a little ad break, then shortly should return back. We'll have week 14s like next week. I hope you're excited about this, because on week 14s, I'm planning to do some community races with you as always.
Here's a look at Daniel Falkenham. He's also been second.
Hey, almost got the same gorgeous hair today as my as Cappuccino.
Tucker Minter started 4th. He's also out of the top 10. But White and Falkenham have stood the test of time. How long
I just wonder if we got any schedule already or not.
3 wide now with Duval on the outside and the 4 Strauss on the bottom.
That's a big mover in that Atlassian Williams sim racing car of Donovan Strauss, because in the last 2 races, Evan, he started 30th or worse, but still managed to scrap away top 10 or top 15 finishing positions. I mean, we saw what he did at Nashville, where he lined up basically the back end of the grid, had to claw his way through the pack with his teammates.
Can I have a dark mode, please? Dark mode. Where is it?
A lot of credit to Strauss, who races on the real life side of things for late model stock cars, and great run so far tonight, picking up a few and just trying to get out of the mayhem that we saw a bit in the early stage at Nashville. 2 and 3 wide. A lot of these guys trying to put their seasons in the right order, and it could very well start here as they're still remaining door to door back here right around where Malik Ray is holding on to this group.
Yeah, a little bit ahead of this is Nick Ottinger. You talk about drivers trying to turn their season around.
Thank you.
Nick's somebody that
just
to mind, a
saved my eyes.
winner here at the Kansas Speedway, but has not had it so far in 20.
That was really bright.
After tonight, we're 9 down, 9 to go. And a majority of those races left going to be postseason. So opportunities to turn it around if this season has not gone according to plan, very limited from this point on. You see Novak and Guess, the 4 and the 6 car, they're just ahead of Nick Ottinger, who you jump on board with now. He's been steady inside of the top 10 for the entirety of this race thus far. The longest standing race winner actively in the series. You can trace Nick Ottinger's first career win back to March 6th of 2012 at what was then Phoenix International Raceway. There may be no more experienced driver than this man in this series right now, and he's hoping tonight is a catalyst for a step forward.
And Evan, he's only one of 2 drivers that has 7 Kansas starts, if you consider tonight the other driver being the Kevin Harvick Incorporated car of Matt Busa. So think about how much experience is there with how little Kansas is featured on the schedule. And think back to segment 2. Remember that slight issue on the opening jump for Bobby Zelensky? Well, that seemingly has dropped him out of the race for the top spot in the
Okay,
standings.
guys, ready.
Steven Wilson is there. Parker White not too far behind.
Whew.
He's leading a couple of laps. And then Tucker Minter staying.
Okay, so far no crashes. This is really good, and Steven Wilson gained another few positions, so he moving from P11 to P8 already, and getting closer to the top 5 and maybe to fight for the first position in the race. But we still got a lot of laps, and a lot of things can change, of course. Parker White and Daniel Falkenham still P1, P2. Ryan Luza, P3. Tucker Minter, P12. We'll see. So, you know, people can run different strategies. They maybe can save tires, can push to gain some positions, and maybe hope for another one caution. So yeah, definitely a lot of different strategies can happen here, and that's all.
And there's not even a pitch strategy to kind of explain that away. We already made a couple drivers.
This all can for sure rely on results for guys here in the race. Keister gained 28 positions already. This is huge.
Through 20 laps, it's all good for the 15 car.
Wow.
That's another spot gained. How about P38 to a top 10 in 20 laps?
That is quick progress for Colin Keister. He's winning big, and he already won big earlier this season, won at Las Vegas, and I kind of got to wonder if the setup is a little similar from Vegas and Kansas, 2 very similar looking cookie-cutter mile-and-a-half racetracks. You know, you think of Las Vegas with the amount of bumps it has, that you got to prepare a more physical race car to be a little bit more idealistic.
Yeah, guys, after this race, we'll have a 1-week break and then return back to Iowa Speedway, 17th of June 2025. I'll be here with you for sure. And you can see that some people already running different lines. Yeah, so some people running on the outside line, some people in the inside line because they want to gain some positions right now. Some other people, they just trying to stay on the outside line to save tires and probably be better on the pit stop. So maybe they can extend their time on the track. Caution also can happen or something else. And so yeah, we'll see what strategies going to work better as soon as a pit stop's going to happen or another one crash will happen in this race. Okay, guys, we ads free for 30 minutes, so we can enjoy this race together.
Our friend Blake McCandless, 39th place finish. He dropped from 22nd in the points to 32nd in the points. So we look at all of these margins, right? A spot here, a spot there, double-digit points.
Yeah, definitely. I think we got a few people who's really bright in this season. At least for me, this is for sure Ryan Luza because he's almost, you know, every time in top 5, in top 3. This is as well the Tucker Minter.
A top 10 tonight could be big for the 15 team. as he continues to run well.
And
He's got a great view
I think for
of all
me,
that
there'll
green
be
in the battle
also
for, we'll call it
Daniel
sixth spot.
Falkenham
Wilson
and
all out to
Parker
Wilson,
White.
Guest, and
So
more.
Parker White is
All inside of the top 10.
kind of stable this year. He's not you know in the top this year, but he is gaining his points. Yes, I'm going to read you the bedtime story of the eNASCAR Cocoa Racing Series. My dream every time that we will stay green till the end, but not all the time it's possible, and that's really, really, really sad. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's just continue to watch. Let's see if we're going to keep it their way till the green flag pit stops, because I'm waiting for them every time I'm watching eNASCAR, because that's such a pleasure to see how people pitting really close to each other under the green flag, and this is so professional and cool at the same time.
Yeah, it has been quite a turnaround for the fireman, Seth the Merchant. 3 straight top 10 finishes after he finished outside of the top 30 in 3 of the first 4. So things are really turning around for that crew, and they find themselves on the cusp of that magic top 20 cut line. Back inside of the top 10, watching the 77 of Wilson. On the inside of the 21 of Guest. It's a battle for P5 and 6, but the speed off of the 20 degrees of
Someone told me you have a good singing voice. Oh, really?
He's able to clear the 77. Looks like Wilson will tuck up in line, and a battle brewing in front of them. Ryan Luza. Going to see the 24 Casey Kerwin squeeze to the bottom. Can the Coke Chevrolet make the pass down low as that bottom lane worked in enough? Maybe not enough this time at 1 and 2. The speed is up top. Luza's got all the momentum as they come off the corner, but he's boxed in, nowhere to go. They'll just drive right into the bumper of Falkenham. Now he'll cut down to the inside.
Yeah, guys, Tuckerman are now leading in the championship with the 3 wins. Wonderful tracks, Rockingham, Charlotte, and Nashville. So we'll see. Steven Wilson also getting really stable results, and including the win in Interlagos, which was the road race. So we'll see what will happen. Just tell me the song which you would like to hear from me, because you know when you saying like, oh, you got a beautiful singing voice, I'm like, all right. That's great. Awesome, nice information.
Yeah, aggressive stuff for Cozy. On the other hand of that, Christopher Hill's the one who pulled the ejector seat and dropped it out of.
Will make you fall asleep.
Wanted nothing to do with it, and in the end, it's going to cost him 2 or 3 spots. The drivers who stayed in it end up getting positions gained. Hill's back in 27th. What's he going to be able to do in this larger battle? And then again, the battle for the lead up front is really all of these drivers. I mean, you've still got the top 8 drivers within 1 second of the leader. So despite the fact that Parker White has led 30 laps, make it 31 that time by the stripe, it has been not by a large margin. He has not been able to pull away from the likes of Falkenham, Luza, Guest, and others. Plenty of fast race cars that seem to have the speed to contend for the race win right now up in that top picture.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of them still continue to congest together, and I'm going to be surprised.
Oh, this song lyric actually not really good to fall asleep.
Another green flag run in, or if we stay green when we get to halfway at about lap 50. But it's going to be interesting to see how these top 2 considerably keep this race alive in the top 2 positions. Because
you need to sing me Lullaby.
Shaky weeks, finishes outside of the top 15. Daniel Falkenham coming off of his worst finish of the season, dead last in a struggle-filled national.
Wait, how does this one goes?
Take this, they're in only their first Coke Series Kansas start, and there's trouble on the back straightaway. There's a spinner, and I believe it might have been Cody Bias that got a touch to the outside wall. Him and I believe Brian LaPrade made contact. Bias stays on the racetrack, and we're going to stay green through 33 laps.
It was indeed Bias. Got tied up a little bit too there with Zelensky, so more trouble with Zelensky. Cannot catch a break yet in this race, but it stayed green. Nobody went all the way around. They did get kind of hooked together and into the outside wall, but we continue on up front.
You know, I wanted to sing to you Billie Eilish, Happier Than Ever, but then I just realized the lyrics is not really good to sing it.
Still got the better spot, and he'll maintain it. And after Kerwin tried to make a pass on the inside a few laps ago, now that 24 Chevy looking to the outside of the racetrack, all the way up against the wall. It's a great shot. There's a couple of cars in the middle, but most of them all the way down to the bottom or all the way to the outside. Let's take a second look at what happened off the two.
It was middle 3 wide. That's Alexander Russell on the inside. Quentin Warman on the top side. Bice getting loose with a touch there. And poor Bobby Zelensky, nowhere to go there on the outside wall. Talk about that issue on the opening lap on the initial start. And then all of a sudden getting tapped here. Potential nose damage there for the ERA Esports Chevrolet. And Bias getting the worst end of it all. Already dropping to 39th place. And no caution waving on the speedway, so he's going to have a...
Yeah, I like this song. Where is it? Where is it? This one.
So it's going to be a very long road for Bias to get himself back up and going as the battle for the lead is starting to kind of dwindle out a little bit as Parker White pulls away. How about Blaze Crawford? That's the hard East Coca-Cola Chevrolet that we're seeing up at the top 28. And we've seen some good stuff from Blaze Crawford over the course of his rookie campaign. Hasn't found the magic as of late.
Oh, my friend, when she's coming to me to visit me, we sing in Linkin Park all the time because this is one of her favorite bands, and she's like, okay, crawling in my skin. And that can last for, you know, whole evening or something like this.
His strength has been consistency. He is the highest running rookie in the points. Through 8 rounds, sits 15th in the standings. Next closest would be Connor Yurashak, who sits back there in 20th position. And there hasn't been any, you know, stellar big...
Actually, I got a few songs which stuck in my head when I'm doing iRacing. This is Staying Alive. Staying Alive, Staying Alive.
P28, if he finishes back there, would be his worst result of the year. Again, it could be a lot worse, but his strength has been finding those extra 5 spots that those other drivers haven't been able to, and avoiding the really bad nights. You mentioned up front, the battle for the lead simmering just a touch. Parker White, 3-car length advantage. Hard to say it's comfortable, but maybe the most comfortable he's had it yet tonight as he continues to stay on the bottom. That's where the 95 wants to be.
Okay, guys, we almost on the half of the race to go. Half of the race to go, guys. Half of the race to go.
What have they figured out in traffic and under these race conditions that Parker White may not have been working on as the leader? They sit second and third.
Oh, this lullaby I know. Do you know this song?
And you're looking at the cliff get around to the tire wear on these drivers, and it's starting to negatively affect the
Hello.
drivers like Daniel Buckingham, who have been running second all race. He's dropping out of 5th in this huge battle for track position. Ryan Luza made some moves up, had his way
So
in third,
heavy.
all of a sudden started
Hello,
hemorrhaging spots
guys.
as soon as he moved up to the outside lane. The tires are starting to cook here at Kansas Speedway. So for right now, we're seeing those drivers move up in the likes of Kerwin and Wilson, but
There
a lot of the drivers
was
starting
a
to fall off in the
secret
midst
chord
of this strategy. And
that
Eddie
David
Kerr on the other end of
played
the
to
6 car
please the
Esports group
Lord,
has had a
but
rough
you
start to
don't
2025
really
in his
care
rookie
for
campaign. Harsh
music, do
realities for
ya?
Kerr, who was the Contender Series champion earlier
It
late last
goes
year in
like this,
2024,
the
and a great
force,
run
the
building so far.
fist,
Career
the
best for Kerr. He's going to have a bit
manifold
of
and
drafting help
major
down the back straightaway with
lift.
Daniel Falkingham.
The
Another guy in the
powerful
rearview mirror that
king
needs a good run tonight, that's that
composing.
Mayhole Chevrolet of Jordy Lopez. As
Hallelujah.
Steven Wilson got his tire wear to be with a little more life than Parker White Chevrolet on the outside. First proper battle for the
Hallelujah.
lead as they head to turn 1.
Looked like Wilson got a little bit of the grass that time by the front stretch. Don't know if it slowed him down at all. And now Parker White deviates from his lane. He has been on the bottom all night, but it seems pretty clear the outside, the better defensive lane still. So with the 77 pressuring, Parker
All right,
White
you
goes
would
up
like to
top.
go somewhere?
He is gonna
Oh,
make
you're
either
really heavy,
Wilson
doggo.
or Kerwin make this move on the inside.
Thank
And
you.
Tucker on the seat also.
Tried
Launch
it.
on from the number 4 position. They'll all drop it down to the apron. Shortcut that front stretch just a little bit. White, Wilson, Kerwin, Minter, your top 4. Now that 97 right up to the fence as Parker White's able to return to the bottom for at least a quarter.
This has been the story for Tucker Minter all throughout segment 2 after Talladega. It's long green flag run, you're going to see that 97 car. Long green flag stretch, you're going to see Minter in the rearview mirror, and he's going to start carving his way through no matter what.
Okay, that will be like this, okay? And 43 laps we did on the track, and people almost everybody in the single file, as I can see. Casey Kirvan driving the outside line. Maybe he's got a chances to win Kansas once again. We'll see.
Back in Nashville and Charlotte, worn tires didn't help out with it.
And we quickly start to approach the halfway point in this race. You look back on the strategy.
All right, singing is over.
At the start of the night, you can go 58
Hope he's
to
sleeping well.
62 laps on fuel, but we
And we can focus on the race right
drivers
now.
would not want to go much more than 50 on the tires. Well, that would split this race right in half. We saw a
You're
similar
welcome.
strategy in that race that went green at Nashville just 7 days ago. So as we are 5 laps away from being halfway home, are we on the cusp of seeing a green flag pit cycle? The bank is open. If you pit now, you are good to go the distance.
And we'll see the guys in the mid-pack elect to try that a bit of an earlier strategy as Minter goes up for the lead. And a great run building in the top
All right,
5.
I think we should expect Pete's like in 10 laps or something like this, because they've been managed to save some fuel while we had the caution during the first laps. Yeah. We'll see. You see how Casey Kirvan going so well on this track. So Casey Kirvan, Steven Wilson, they're using kind of the same strategy. So they keep it on the outside line, and so far they gain a lot of positions. So Steven Wilson gained 20 positions, and Casey Kirvan gained 10 positions. And we can see Steven Wilson already leading. And at the same time, you see Tucker Minter also move up after being like P8 or P9. Oh, he closed the line on Tucker Minter really, really aggressively. Let's see. Probably guys now pitting to be a leader for pit stops, because that can give some advantage, definitely. Because if someone will go to the pits right now, I think the whole grid going to pit. And here's a yellow flag, as always. As always. This is McCandless. Oh no! What happened?
There, and I'm not sure whether he had some help there off of turn 2 or what, but McCandless ends up in trouble, and I guess that'll break up the action. Take a sigh of relief, Evan. What a battle for the lead that was between the top 3, and they were just about to let 4th, 5th, 6th place into the party, because Michael Guess had picked up speed, Jordi Lopez had picked up speed, Ryan Luza, who's been around all run long, was going to be there inside the top 7, so it could have easily been a way bigger fight than what we inevitably saw there right before the yellow, which I guess coincidentally comes at halfway, so it'd be a perfect time for everyone to take their first pit stop of the night.
And we were about to see a really exciting green flag pit cycle. Now it's all going to happen under the yellow flag. It does mean that mistakes going to be more critical, because everybody to
okay, so anyway, Tucker Minter ahead of everybody.
End of lap number 1, but for the most part, everybody on the same strategy. Old, worn out, 49 lap old.
Look at this beautiful pit stop. Not like in officials, you know, when everybody going on a pit stop line.
This portion of the broadcast is brought to you by Coca-Cola, the official fan refreshment of eNASCAR. Logitech G. Through design, engineering, and a love of driving games, Logitech G takes racing simulation to another level. Logitech G, the official
We got
wheel and
straight.
pedals of the eNASCAR Coca-Cola
do
iRacing
this.
Series. And by Sunoco. From fueling your favorite NASCAR teams to filling up at the pump, Sunoco is trusted to help vehicles perform at their peak. Sunoco. Performance is what we do.
Oh, thank you. I really need it.
And And with that, it is the Logitech G Chevrolet of Tucker Minter. First on to pit road, first off of pit road. What a timely pass for him to take the race lead away from Steven Wilson. He comes down pit road first. It is 4 tires and fuel for everybody in your running order, and they will cycle back out. Minter first, Wilson second, White now drops to third, Kerwin in fourth, and Michael Guest a number 5 spot. And after this race seemed pretty wide open, and don't get me wrong, we are a long way from home, but after all of that, we're halfway through, and Tucker Minter and Steven Wilson are your top 2 cars, the winningest drivers on the year. Let's take a second look from the blimp at what happened to Blake McCandless.
It's a 3-car battle here. That's the inside machine of Alexander Russell, Tyler Gary on the high side. And, you know, I talked about the inside checkup because the right front tire is starting to squeal over the long run. It's kind of what happened to McCandless there. Made the move through the middle, car washed up. He had to back out just a little bit. And from there, Russell makes the slight contact on the quarter panel of that H Chevrolet. And that's more than enough to send McCandless
Okay,
sideways.
so half of the race to go. Let's have a ad break.
Down the back straightaway, but it was perfect timing for everybody, right? If you had a pretty struggle-filled
Little ad break and we return back.
Now you can use those notes off of the first pit stop with no pressure, with pit road speeding.
Yeah, bumper cars, Ray.
With an under or overcut.
That'll be really fun to see the restart right now. Hopefully we're not going to get any crashes, because I would love to see how they're going to fight till the end with the fresh tires. Because right now it's really possible to go with green flag till the end, and people going to have enough fuel as well.
To see a pole sitter win a race in 2025. Parker White wants to make it happen. He'd have to do it from row number 2 here in round 9. Green flag back in the air with.
All right, we're going green.
To go in Kansas. It's a good jump on the inside. Minter jumps up top. He's got 2 car lengths worth of a lead as they go through the gears.
And there was a hip check in the middle 3 wide. That's Michael Cozy Jr. was switching lanes as they were coming to turn 1. Went up high to follow Eddie Kerner, but then
green flag, and we can see here's a free wide.
Mostly harmless as they come back around to the start-finish stripe, but Michael Cozy Jr., the aggression, trying to step up forward for the driver.
All right, Tucker Minter, P1, Casey Kerwin, P3, and yellow flag once again. What happened?
And this time it's Garrett Lowe skipping through the grass. Our 2022 winner is at the heart of the incident with 48 to go.
Oh no.
He's in as well. It looked like again Bobby Zelensky was off and through the grass. What a night it has been for the segment 2 points leader coming into this race, as that's at least the 3rd incident that he has been involved in or close to. And we'll wind it back to see what equation puts the 99 and the 22 in this incident together.
All right, let's see.
End of the top 20 as they head off into turn number 3. That's the 99, center of it all. In Garrett Lowe, you're going to see the 22 is Zelensky on the bottom.
Oh, just little.
Maybe that 22 touch, kind of pushed up a touch. Garrett Lowe didn't have much more.
Such a nice save from Garrett Lowe. Absolutely amazing. You see just little tap and that's it, nothing you can do with the car, and that's really unfortunate for him because he's going to be in the end of the field right now, and which is really sad for sure.
Just barely gets the quarter panel. It's a hard place at the exit of turn 4 to save the race car in the middle 3 wide, let alone. And it's a great save after the fact by Lowe to keep it through the grass, avoid any other cars, and thankfully the rest of the field stays out of the way. Here's a look from further on back. The smoke billowing from the 99. Great avoidance by Matt Busa, who was involved in our first caution of the race, right exactly at that moment. Exit turn 4, triable to the start-finish line. That's where
that definitely was a really good avoidance, and that was really good save by Garrett Lowe. All right.
In America's heartland.
So at the time, people saving some tires, and that means our fight going to be more spicy in the end of the race.
Here in the Coke Series, and he's on pit road with some front end.
Hey, I really like to see predictions this year, to be honest, because previous year it was like Steven Wilson, and now we got different predictions from our broadcast team, and that's awesome to see.
In third, I'm not going to lie. That's pretty impressive by our analysts.
They were
Hey, no worries if you
I don't know what kind of analysis they have
get in
the
troubles
midst
to
of the
see
week
names,
between
so
Nashville
just
and
ask me
this
about
race here
this.
at Kansas, but they really had it all in. And by the
Alright
way,
guys, we
this
ads
is a
free
guy
for
sort of
35
that bread
minutes.
and cheese and make some
Probably
sandwiches with
that's
the
till the
segment
end
two
of
victory,
the
especially given the
stream.
circumstances, Bobby Zelensky kind of being involved in a lot of the incidents tonight and finding a lot of trouble. You think of these three and you think all three of them have a valuable case to be a segment 2 champion. And you know, think of the two of the last 5 winners that made it to the championship 4, both of them being Nick Ottinger and Zach Novak, 2019 and 2020. From what we've seen between Tucker Minter and Steven Wilson tonight, Evan, they've been the most dominant drivers of the field. I think there is definitely a case also for them to go ahead, win this race from Kansas, get the segment 2 championship, and walk away with the title come October.
Second time tonight, we have a caution flag within a lap of a restart or start. So once again, we will go single file. We did this after the initial start of the race, then had a long 45-lap run to the halfway point.
Hey, why single file? Come on. We want 2 lines and more kills.
Tucker Minter, the man in control up front, as there is.
All right, let's go. And we got 45 laps to go, guys. Tucker Minter pulling away with Steven Wilson and Casey Kirvan behind.
Field in a mess, getting up to speed. There they are, 3 wide into turn number 1. It is green. It is a restart regardless, but what a mess that was in the midfield off of turn 4.
Hey, really clean and nice start. I think it's really, really good. Alright guys, welcome everybody who joined stream. Sometimes on Tuesday, not sometimes, but you know, almost every week, sometimes every 2 weeks you can see me broadcasting eNASCAR, and you can have fun and watch this together with us.
Issues with Kwame Scott. Evan, he is out of this race. His Chevrolet behind the wall at lap 57.
And Kwame Scott has disconnected from the session. He is now reconnecting after he lost connection to the session.
Oh no!
So some sort of connection issue on his end, meaning that he probably could not see the rest of the cars.
You know, actually, connection issues.
So they were worried, was that car going to reappear?
The worst thing which can happen in sim racing.
With where cars needed to be positioned. And
this is really sad.
Led to all of the chaos. Bobby Zelensky and Connor Yurishek both got black.
Especially, you know, when you got that important championship like eNASCAR, when you got disconnect, I don't know what people feel about this, because it's really, really disappointing to have.
It's a battle for P5 as the iRacing drone chases them off at turn 2.
Alright guys, what do you think? So probably Casey Kirvan got a good opportunity to win this race because he's a P3, really nice position right now. He's trying to keep the outside line and still trying to, I think, save tires, and probably closer to the end he's going to push and he's going to win. We'll see. But at the moment, Tucker Minter and Steven Wilson, they fighting with each other, and you see Casey Kirvan already P2. Спасибо большое за follow. Thank you so much for follow. Really appreciate it.
Off of the restart as Wilson's able to get ahead of him. White has led 46 laps on the night. Wilson led 1. Minter's led 13, and is Kerwin going to be the 4th driver to lead a lap around the outside?
All right, and now Casey Kirvan taking the lead, and Tucker Minter P2, Steven Wilson P3, then Parker White and Ryan Luza. This is our top 5 in eNASCAR Coca-Cola Racing Series.
Clear him by a few car lengths. With that move, the 24 gets closer. 5-point difference, 1 point back for Wilson. Minter still your segment 2 leader with 39 laps to go. Remember, $3,000 and 5 crucial playoff bonus points on the line, which gets paid out tonight.
You know what this reminds me of, Evan? The 5 points between the top 3. The end of segment 1 between Zach.
Hey, this is great bonus for guys.
They were that close going into into that final race.
It's really
And they are
nice.
just as close here now within the final half of this Kansas race tonight. And think of Casey Kerwin, the story of the last several intermediate races, the most notably being Charlotte Motor Speedway, and one where he was up front, could have had a chance to lead laps, but was just hanging in the top 3 and 4 by the time the strategy had come around with Minter in control. And Kerwin had come around, spun off of turn 2, and that kind of derailed his race by the final segment as they entered overtime. Tonight, in a hometown performance for the team he's running for in the Kansas City Pioneers, this could be the breakthrough moment for the 2022 Series champion. But now the biggest question is, how does Tucker Minter respond? He's caught up in his sandwich now, middle of this 3-car group, because if he ends up failing on one of his attempts for the top spot, there's Wilson, there's Parker White, and there's a long list of drivers right behind that goes all the way back to the fight for P6 between Eddie Kerner and Jordy Lopez.
Yeah, Casey Kerwin has been really good so far in this segment. Sat on the pole at Charlotte, led the most laps in Talladega, but would love to not only get a race win here tonight in hopes of being the Segment 2 champ, but would love to be a race winner tonight and try to lock himself into the playoffs here in
You know, to be honest, I think that Casey Kerwin got opportunity to lead till the end. Like, we got only 36 laps to go. This is not a really long time. So we'll see what situation we'll have. But at the moment, Casey Kerwin looks really strong on this track. And he's definitely knows what to do at Kansas. And here's a great battle for P8, which will give also good points to guys who's fighting for this position right now.
On the outside of that ERE Esports number 34, that was Eddie Kerner down the inside, just had to back out, and Daniel Falkingham in the group as well, with Seth the Merchant running in P9. And when you think of Kansas, a racetrack that hasn't been featured as much lately, it stopped in 2022, then had a 2-year break, and it returns here in 2025. That means for a bulk of the field, that's 17 drivers, Evan, including the rookie class, that are making their first ever Coke Series Kansas start. That's nearly half the field that are running this track for the very first time. And so far, it's been good.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I just read this, and I was pretty sure that we had the Kansas previous year, but I've been mistaken because I just realized that we had Kansas with the college series, not with the eNASCAR. And yeah, Kansas returned back after 2 years, and most of these guys running Kansas for the first time. Yeah, guys, don't forget to save this code to enter it in the end of the stream. If you taken part in the fun rewards, please have fun and don't forget about this.
That 34 core power Chevy all the way on the bottom making moves. Both of them in a battle for position right now as they close in on Ryan Luza.
And in a driver's perspective, Evan, it can get very frustrating if you're very loyal to the mid-seam or the very bottom of the racetrack and you're seeing drivers sort of slingshot from the outside and freight train you. It could get very frustrating, but again, if we end up in a long green flag run, the guys usually run the bottom, they save their right front tire the best, and more often than not, that's when they start cutting through the field, when the guys ahead of them start reaching that tire cliff. And speaking of, Casey Kerwin just had a poor set of corners, and it allowed Tucker Minter to get a great run off turn 2. Flailed his Chevrolet to the inside, and Tucker Minter.
All right, we can see that Cozy fighting with a Parker White at the moment, and we got 2 lines at the moment on the track.
Only 4 drivers have led laps in this race. They all run 1, 2, 3, and 4 right now. But who is the next man up?
We'll see what will happen. Casey Kerwin right now on the inside line, and we can see that Steven Wilson started to overtake him and actually getting ahead. And Cozy just fighting so hard for P4 and to be behind this leading group.
This is a drop that started back in 26, so he's +8, but he's slowly starting.
At the same time, Parker White trying to do the same and fighting with number 34 on track. They switch in positions at the moment. So P4, P3, P4, P5, sorry. So it's really close fight.
The big crutch for them is that they're probably going to use up their set of Goodyear Eagles if this race
Alright guys, no
continues to
ads
stay green. So
for
they'll
30
either
more
need
minutes.
yellow to just bunch
Let's
back up
go,
naturally,
hopefully.
or they can just find their way up and then get
That'll
a yellow
be
to which they can hit with everybody
till the
else
end of the
and
stream.
gain some track position along the way. So it's going to be
Because I'm trying to care about ads. So you won't get them in important moments. Well, sometimes I can be mistaken, but all the time I'm trying to run them for not really important moments on the stream.
Between the cars that were able to restart without incident and the people that were stuck behind the confusion and chaos as they came to the green off of turn number 4. So
all right, right now it's really interesting fight which happening. I don't know what about the Casey Curran tire wear at the moment. Maybe he just burned some more tires than he had to. But we still hope to see him on the first position. I raced with him in PESCO Stars for 3 years already, and he's absolutely amazing, respectful driver, and he's absolutely amazing. You know, he's all the time trying to leave a space and all the time trying to overtake safely, and it's a really good thing about any driver. So I'm trying to be the same driver as Casey Curran. So all the time trying to be sure that I leave enough space, that I predictable, that I'm, you know, not jumping into really last moment so people can react. Yeah, for sure we all making mistakes, but Casey Curran is like my hero in this.
On the guy right in front. It's what allowed Tucker Minter to get around Casey Curran in the challenge for the lead. It's what's allowing Parker White.
Because a lot of people in racing, they can be just too aggressive sometimes. Maybe that's a good thing. But for me, I'm trying to balance with this because we got Nitro, we got all the stuff, and just I don't want to crash someone. Then feel bad about this. We can see how Tucker Minter, he's you know, really into ovals. It's really cute to see all the time when we see his him on the camera. He's leaning like this, like he's really into the track. Like fully on the track with his body and his brain as well. Yeah, he's. I think he's only one person who's got this, because I think I never seen anybody else who's doing this in eNASCAR, but he's all the time doing like this. It's really cute.
Lay off the throttle, and by the time you do so, boom, here's Parker White, here's Casey Curran, here's Michael Cozy Jr., and the rest of the pack. So Wilson is just trying to methodically figure out what is the best way of either getting to the outside or inside of Minter without costing that much speed if it's a failed attempt. We noted how tough track position is to come by, especially as these tires run through. So Wilson, out of turn 4, now starts to plan his attack.
23 laps to go, guys, at the time.
Dive into turn 1. Minter will pin him down to the very inside of the racetrack, and that is what's going to stay with Wilson.
By the way, Blackman Canlis, after the crash, he moved up to P31. Unfortunately, Garrett Lowe only P39, not P last, but yeah, he's in the end of the field after this incident which happened with him, which is really sad. Hopefully he will get better luck next time at Iowa.
Wilson has to hit the reset button. That did not play out in his favor. He's in a battle for third with Michael Cozy Jr.
Look at this fight. Like, we got 21 laps to go, and guys are already fighting on track.
As this time by, there will be only 20 laps to go.
I would love to see if it's going to end well, because probably they burning that really important tire wear percentage right now, which can be critical for the finish.
When it's tough to pass on the bottom, fling it in and hope that it all sticks out, and ultimately just got kind of sandwich there. Eddie Kerner made the move on the inside, but sometimes you got to do that. We saw a lot of that in Charlotte, especially when the tires were down on their life, and you really had to work hard to get this car rotated. A lot of guys were doing that, and Wilson's going to try it himself. This time in the battle for the lead, he backs up Parker White at the exit of turn 4, and Tucker Minter will get a look down low. Casey Kerwin will try to help Parker White. Never mind. 3 wide for second back to turn 1.
What's going on?
White let Steven Wilson get away with one there. He lifted and allowed that 77 to pull.
Vincent Salas.
Will that calm-headed driver
Yeah,
to the
that's
95
Salas.
avoid
And
payout in the end?
another one person
Or
should
is
be
it
in
gonna be a
his
big
team.
mistake there because he cut that 77
I'm
a
going to
big
tell you.
break after an aggressive slide job out of the 77 camp. So now Wilson back out in front. Could have been worse for Parker White with that 3 wide move by Kerwin. He's able to defend second. And now it's Minter down to third. The 24.
You're
Kerwin
welcome.
fourth.
Yeah.
Michael Cozy Jr. still knocking on the door. Somebody let him into the party. He's stuck in P5. He cannot get that one extra spot, but he wants to join the conversation. Luz is there. Guest is there. Falkingham is there. It is 7, make it 8.
Alexander Russell also, and he's a newbie in this season in 2025. So he just joined the team this year.
To switch the playlist of what they're hearing at the front of this field, because it's the same 3 that have been dominant for most of this
Vincent
race,
Salas
particularly
at the
before that
moment.
halfway caution came out. And for Michael Cozy Jr., think of
P11,
moment earlier in the
which
season where
is
he fell short
really
of
good
Colin
points for
Easter
sure.
in the waning laps at Las Vegas Motor Speedway after a very well-timed pit road decision to get fresh tires and cut his way through the field. Cozy is very hungry to try and get his win here at Kansas Speedway, given his mile-and-a-half success. 2 top 10s in the official 1.5-mile tracks that we've run this season.
And Alexander Russell, P34 at the moment. Guys, welcome everybody who just joined the stream. We're watching eNASCAR Coca-Cola Racing Series at Kansas and just 16 laps to go. Yes, Salas move up to P9, drop down to P10. So he's definitely fighting at the moment. He's a really good driver as well, and really nice person. He's so cute. And from me, huge respect to TK team. I love it.
And the center returns 3 and 4, so they're starting to scrap elsewhere in this battle amongst your top 10 cars, and it may provide some reprieve to the leaders.
Guys, usually you can see me in Porsche Cup, sometimes in GT3s. This weekend at Nords 24, I'm going to drive GT4. We lost like, I think 700 iRacing this week at Nords, but hopefully week 13th we'll have some fun short races and return back some points. But we had a lot of fun. Because we had the day when chat decided all races which I race. Then we did GT3s at Monza, had a lot of fun crashes, a lot of fun avoidance on this track. Yeah, you know, I'm just, I really got huge respect to all these guys in ovals, like, because in my brain, I just don't understand how you can get into the series. Be right back, gonna go become an oval boy.
Wilson sees the clean air, and he sees the Segment 2 championship just 12 laps away.
Trying to do what Zach Novak did earlier in the year when Novak.
I know, for me, ovals is just absolutely different racing compared to road racing, and it's always pleasure to see how these guys fighting and what strategies they choosing and which lines they running. So it's really interesting to see, and for sure respect to all people who's taken part in eNASCAR Coca-Cola Racing Series, in Contender Series, into Road to Pro, who's trying to get into one of the biggest championships in sim racing, and one of the biggest with the prize money as well.
It's going to mean more variety for those guys that want to point their way in, but also think about how many playoff bonus points are being awarded because these two have been dominating the season. That means bonus points that are not given to literally anyone else. And in that first round of the playoffs at Michigan, when the drivers get in there and try to lock in to get into that championship four, that means the
Hey, a lot of people joining races, joining stream, and they like, oh, ovals so easy to drive. No, they actually not. And here's a lot of dedication, a lot of practice, a lot of work from team on the setup, and a lot of work from drivers on their skills, on how they building the line, how they applying the throttle, how they get into these turns, and this is absolutely amazing. And a lot of work behind every person in this championship. 9 laps to go, guys. What do you think will happen? I think that everybody in the top 5 right now got a chance to win, but it's definitely nice to see how the Tucker Minter is trying to cross the line of the Steven Wilson. We'll see. So they a little bit ahead of Parker White and Casey Curven. We'll see if they can catch up a little bit during this 8 laps and probably fight with Tucker Minter and Steven Wilson for a win.
And Daniel Falkingham are not that far away, so with how many battles we've seen bring in a ton of other race drivers, it could very well be a spoiler here as the guys start on back, save a bit of their Goodyear Eagles. Once again, Minter's going to throw his car to the inside. It won't work off of turn 4. 7 laps to go.
Wait, who's still one of the people with 10K road and 10K oval? You know, I know that Logan Clampett got like 9K or 8K in ovals. Ah, Casey Curven, yes, yes. He's got a 10K in road, yeah. And 10K in ovals. Logan Clampett, guys, my hero as well. He won, by the way, the college series this year. And he's got A licenses in all categories in iRacing. He's got 5K, like dirt road, dirt oval. In road, he's got like, I think 5 or 6K as well. And he's got in ovals 7 or 8K, something like this. Like, this is crazy. He's got in all categories A license and over 5K rating.
Things didn't pan out, so Kerwin will lose a bit of time. Wilson trying to
oh, 6 to go. I'm not going to watch this.
Tucker Minter staying ahead with 5 laps to go from Kansas Speedway. White's going to run up high. He'll stay in the dirty air of the 77 car, and all the while Minter can try and pull away in these final few.
77 smacked the fence that last time at a 4. Does that take anything out of that race car? He'll go to the outside. Interesting defensive decision. Minter, who's been defensive up top all night, elects to go to the inside of the racetrack. It's going to get him the track position through the corner, but it's going to give Steven
Wilson 5 laps to go. Okay, you can see that Casey Curven getting closer.
Wilson with a huge run. Swipes up top on the
yeah, we'll tell you.
Is it going to put him back in the race lead? The 97 cannot clear him on exit. Wilson still there once more. These two continue to put on a show. It's White in 3rd, Kerwin in 4th. Are they close enough?
You know, like, I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
Coming to 3.
We got the yellow flag. Oh no, that's going to change the whole situation. Okay, Logan Clampett, 9.8K iRating in ovals.
At the moment of the caution,
7.5K in sport cars. 7.5K in formulas. 5.7K in dirt oval. And 5.5K in dirt roads.
Logan Clampett's 42 car.
This is crazy.
For about 32nd, I believe, off of turn 2. And what a drive for Wilson.
This
there
is
to power on the
crazy.
outside,
How
and
many
it was
in
a smart
total?
drive because you move up into
So
the corner, you start playing with
5.5,
the walk proximity
5.5.
air that splits the difference between the side of the race car and the
I'm going
outside safer
to
barrier. Wilson
count
was using that
roads.
air as a
So
cushion to kinda
7.5.
lean on at the
Yeah, I'm
exit
going
of
to
turns
count
2 and
roads as
4,
a
and it
just
worked out to
as
his
one,
benefit.
okay?
He's going to be on the opposite end of the situation here through
And
the restart, but wholesale service on pit road.
28.3 K I rating total. That's crazy, you know, that's crazy.
As they come off of turn number 2.
Oh, I've been talking about Logan Clampett.
Just aggressive driving late. Looks like Logan was just trying to get a little bit of side draft off of that quarter panel of the
Yeah, you know, that's usually happening in ovals, and you can see that, you know, you can think maybe that's intentional or something, but this is just happening because people really would like to take opportunity of the draft, and draft is really important in next-gen cars in our racing, because as soon as you're losing a little bit, you're just dropping down a lot. So it happens.
On 50 lap old tires.
Oh man.
This is eNASCAR overtime.
You know, we saw this, Evan, with the other teammate for Junior Motorsports. When Blake McCandless did this all that while ago, didn't work out in his favor. But when you have a season as rough as LaPrade and McCandless have so far, why not try it out and give yourself a shot? Because what if they wreck right after the restart and you have the race lead, the fresh tire cars can't get to you, and all of a sudden you've got a heavier shot
What are they
winning
talking
this
about?
race.
Wait a moment.
LaPrade, you got to give credit to just
I didn't see this on a...
things into the sink and hope that it all
Brian LaPrade? He didn't beat. Oh my god, he's risking a lot. He didn't beat for tires. Oh, that's getting interesting. Don't bill me. Hello.
And Evan, this is how it's going to go between Tucker Minter and company 2 weeks ago at Charlotte.
Oh my god, this is a really interesting. I still remember, guys.
It all works out.
Previous year was
this race is official no matter what.
Brian LaPrade. He won first time the race in the eNASCAR, and I've been crying with him after the finish. I'm like, I'm so sensitive person. I really, I can't stop crying. If I see someone crying, I'm just going to cry with this person. So that I'm really emotional. Yeah, 50 lap old tires, that's really risky, but you know, sometimes you can risk like that. We'll see what will happen, because he gained like 35 positions because of that. So even if he's going to drop down, I think that's going to be a huge gain from him. All right, let's see. That's really interesting. What if crash going to happen? So if we...
For 12 with Eddie Kerner and Jordy Lopez in the middle of it all, but here comes Steven Wilson as LaPrade backs up out of turn 2.
Ah, this is really... we're coming to the white flag, guys.
To try and complete his 4th race victory of the season.
Let's see where's LaPrade going to end the... Oh, here's a crash.
Do the leaders get to the white flag? Yes, they do.
That didn't work.
Wilson leads. Minter second. Kerwin watches on from
yeah, you just in time for the final lap of eNASCAR, and let's see who's going to win this race, guys. And then I'm going to tell you, yeah, Brian LaPrade just returned back to his position. Unfortunately, that didn't work for him, but that was a good try, definitely. And I think Steven Wilson going to win. Yay! Okay. Win for Steven Wilson finally, because he's been finishing like he's been leading the whole race and then finishing P2 or P3 a few races ago, and finally win for him.
He swings back, gets his 4th win on the year.
Good race, good race. Nice one.
A Goliath showdown for the ages. The top 2 drivers on the year are the top 2 drivers that battle it out to the checkered flag. And in the end, it is Steven Wilson standing on top once again. This winning moment is brought to you by Coca-Cola.
Nice,
the
nice
official
race, guys.
fan refreshment of eNASCAR.
So cool one.
Well, let's wind the tape back as the celebration goes on. And Kenneth, watch how it all happened.
This is amazing, really. Move of the race, okay. Let's go.
Well, as Tucker Minter dominated the latest portion of the season, you're not going to have a heavyweight bout without Wilson striking back, and he indeed does so here off the restart. And you prophesized it, Evan. The inside of Road 2 was going to be the best place on the racetrack to be because LaPrade gets the jump. Minter doesn't anticipate the run in enough time. They're already fanning 3 wide, but the focus is on that black and green. Chevy running in second. Wilson is going to fight to the bottom. LaPrade on the old tires inevitably was going to succumb to the...
You know, actually, he get lucky that Brian LaPlante decided to not pit because he get the slipstream from him, which gave the opportunity to be ahead.
They crash in the background. Race control doesn't throw the yellow. They say let them race to the stripe, and so to the checkered flag they go. Wilson maintains up front and surprisingly didn't block up high. You'd think that he would try to deal a bit of dirty air to Minter Chevrolet, but he doesn't. Gives Minter a chance off of turn 2. Minter tries to look low. Wilson feints the block, doesn't swing his car so far down low that he doesn't miss the corner outright, stays to the faithful inside of the racetrack. And I mean, that's more than enough to seal Wilson his 4th race victory of the season. Continues the streak of wins between these two guys, and it was a wild battle to the finish.
And I still look back to those 2 moments when they were side by side. The moment of yellow and coming off of pit road. The 97 won both of those instances.
Okay, so here's the results of the race. Steven Wilson, Tucker Minter, and Casey Curran on the podium. Then Parker White, Vincent Salas, P5. Well done to the TK team. Some good points for them, definitely. Then Michael Guess, Michael Cozy, Ryan Luzin, Danny Fulkenham, and Jordi Lopez. This is our top 10, guys. And that was great. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks, guys.
Vicente Salas rounds through your top 5 with Guest, Cozy, Luza, Fulkenham, and Lopez, your top 10.
And then the rookie Eddie Kerner, that's his best finish of the 2025 season. A great run for the 6 Karma car. Las Vegas winner Colin Keister had some pace, but it ultimately ends up in 12th with the Merchant back in 13th. Femi Olatunbosin was very much shining the opening stint of the race, but just couldn't find his mojo there in the second half. It's 14th for him. Christopher Hill, after the season he's had in his rookie
Hey guys,
campaign,
by the way, this month we'll have free races. So previous months we had only 2 races. This month we'll have free races. So Iowa going to happen 17th of June. We are waiting for it.
And just could not get away from the trouble tonight. He finishes ahead of one of the rookies in that picture, Eddie Quinton Warman. Zach Novak was the top 10 car. He ends up back here, so not the night that he was looking for. A good pickup for Tyler Gary. It's a great showing for the E-Racer 69 car up there in 23rd, all the way through with Cody Bias and Garrett Lowe, the last cars in the top 30.
All right.
Whew,
thanks for the stream, love. I'm off to sleep now. Your singing helped me to feel sleepy. I'm so happy for that. Guys, I'll need to go to sleep as well.
He crashed out of turn 4, and it's 35th for him. Taylor Hurst, Colin Bowden, Brian LaPrade. I mean, that's the list of cars.
See you guys. Once again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching and supporting. Sorry about disconnect which happened. Unfortunately, that was not under my control. Let's rate Quirk. So he's doing some Richard Burns rally. So you can enjoy some rally. I'm going to leave you with him. And yeah, I'll go to have some rest. And see you this week. Europe 24. And also some other races as well, and some preparing with GT4. So see you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.